Hey guys, ARMY, and everyone tuning in right now. Stop scrolling for a second, because what you're about to hear is something that has been shaking the fandom for hours. After the explosive energy of the Brussels concert, a new wave of conversations suddenly took over social media. And at the center of it all is RM, or Namjoon, and what he reportedly said about Jimin's condition right after the show. Now before we dive deeper, let's be clear. This isn't just about a normal post-concert update. This is about concern, speculation, emotional reactions, and the kind of quiet tension that only ARMY knows how to feel when something about BTS doesn't sound completely light. Because according to clips, translations, and fan discussions circulating online, RM made a brief but very noticeable comment about Jimin after the Brussels performance, and ever since then, fans haven't stopped asking the same question. Is Jimin really okay? And that one question alone has turned into a storm of curiosity, worry, and endless analysis across every platform you can imagine. So here's what's been spreading among fans. After the Brussels concert wrapped up, which by all accounts was intense, high energy, and emotionally charged as always, RM reportedly spoke in a very calm but slightly serious tone during a short interaction. Whether it was backstage, a live moment, or a brief media clip depending on the version circulating, and mentioned something about Jimin needing rest or dealing with the physical toll of the performance. Now, nothing in his words was officially alarming or dramatic, but the way he said it, the timing, and the context of a demanding concert schedule made fans immediately pay attention. You know how it is with ARMY. Every tone, every pause, every expression gets noticed. And this time, it wasn't just excitement that spread, but a wave of concern that grew faster than anyone expected. People started replaying the clips, zooming into subtitles, comparing translations, and trying to figure out whether there was something deeper behind RM's calm expression. And this is where things get even more intense. Because Jimin is known for always giving his absolute all on stage. Everyone knows that. His performances are powerful, emotional, and physically demanding in a way that looks almost effortless when you watch it. But behind that elegance is pure exhaustion that fans sometimes forget about. So when RM's comment surfaced, many fans immediately started connecting dots that may or may not even be connected. Some pointed out how Jimin looked slightly more drained after the Brussels show compared to earlier performances. Others argued it was just normal fatigue from touring. And then there were those who stepped in to calm everyone down, reminding the fandom that artists go through intense schedules and rest is always part of the process. But despite all that, the curiosity didn't slow down. If anything, it grew stronger, because when someone like RM, who is usually composed and careful with his words, mentions something even slightly concerning, fans tend to listen very closely. But here's the twist that makes this whole situation even more emotional. In another angle of the conversation circulating among fans, RM wasn't just reporting anything. Some fans interpreted his tone as protective, almost like a leader quietly acknowledging the hard work of his member without wanting to create panic. And that's where ARMY started splitting into emotional discussions. One side felt worried, thinking maybe Jimin pushed himself too hard during the Brussels performance. The other side saw it as something more normal, like a leader simply reminding everyone that performers are human too and need recovery time after giving their all on stage. But no matter which side people took, one thing was clear. Jimin became the center of attention again, not because of controversy, but because of concern and love from fans who genuinely care about his well-being. And as the conversation spread, more details, some verified, some not, started to blend together in the usual chaos of online fandom spaces. People began sharing slow-motion clips of Jimin's stage moments, analyzing his breathing, his expressions, even the way he walked off stage. Others brought up how intense the Brussels crowd was, how emotionally charged the performance felt, and how BTS as a whole had been pushing through a packed schedule. In the middle of all this, RM's words kept being replayed like a loop, becoming almost symbolic of the entire discussion. Not because they were shocking, but because they were open to interpretation. And when something is open to interpretation in a fandom as big and passionate as ARMY, it doesn't stay small for long. It becomes a global conversation. Now let's pause for a second and bring this back to something real. BTS members, including Jimin and RM, have always been transparent in their own way about how demanding their work is. Concerts at this level are not just performances. They are full-body, full-emotion experiences that require training, stamina, mental focus, and recovery afterward. So when fans hear even a slight mention of fatigue or rest, it shouldn't immediately turn into panic. But it often does, because the emotional connection between BTS and ARMY is that strong. It's not just admiration, it's care. And that care is what fuels both concern and overthinking at the same time. But what makes this moment stand out is not the content itself, but the reaction. The way ARMY collectively paused, listened, rewatched, discussed, and debated shows just how deeply people are invested in every small update about the members. Some fans even started posting messages of support for Jimin, encouraging him to rest, hydrate, and take care of himself after the Brussels show. Others praised RM for always looking out for his members, interpreting his words as a quiet form of leadership and brotherhood. And in between all of this, the noise, the theories, and the speculation, there was also something very pure, concern that comes from genuine love for an artist who has given so much on stage. And just when you think the conversation might settle, another layer appears. Some fans began questioning whether RM's comment was taken out of context entirely, reminding everyone that translations and short clips can sometimes distort meaning. This added another wave of discussion, because suddenly the fandom wasn't just talking about Jimin's condition. They were also talking about how easily information spreads and evolves online. And this is where the situation becomes less about drama and more about understanding how fast emotions travel in a global fanbase like this. One sentence, one expression, one short clip, and suddenly millions of people are talking. So where does that leave us now? Right in the middle of curiosity, concern, and anticipation. There is no confirmed issue, no official alarming statement, and no indication of anything beyond normal post-concert exhaustion. But what we do have is a moment that reminded everyone just how closely ARMY follows BTS's journey, how deeply fans care about even the smallest hints of struggle, and how RM's simple acknowledgement of Jimin's condition, whatever the exact wording may be, was enough to spark global attention. And maybe that's the real story here. Not fear, not rumors, but the powerful connection between artists and their audience, where even a quiet comment can echo across the entire fandom like a wave. And now, before we end this, let's bring it back to you watching this right now. What do you think about RM's words and the way fans reacted to them? Do you think it's just normal post-concert fatigue being overanalyzed? Or do you feel there's more emotional weight behind it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is exactly the kind of moment where ARMY discussions matter the most. And if you're part of this community, make sure you don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates like this, and turn on notifications so you never miss any new developments from BTS-related stories and discussions. Stay connected, stay respectful, and most importantly, keep supporting Jimin, RM, and all the members as they continue their journey. Until next time, take care everyone.